What's up, brand builder? Stephen Hurahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com, and in this video you're going to learn the difference between personal branding and business branding so you can get some clarity on the brand that you want to build and start making some strategic decisions. Now, if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. If you're new to the channel, where have you been? If you love branding, if you like actionable brand strategy tips and techniques, you're gonna love this channel. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well, and I'll let you know when we've got new videos coming out. So let's get the bare basics out of the way in the difference between business branding and personal branding. So business branding is a brand that you build around an entity that is a business, an entity with people, with operations, with products or services. So we're talking Nike, Apple, Red Bull, etc. When it comes to personal branding, we're building a brand around an actual person. So we're talking Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuck, Oprah Winfrey, Chris Do. Now, when it comes to the structural difference between business brands and personal brands, there is no real difference there. It's all one and the same. Whether you're a business brand or a personal brand, you're still trying to be more appealing to a person or a certain group of people in the way you go about your life and the way you go about your communication, your operations. Now, if you think about a business brands today are all trying to be more human. So they're all trying to adopt a personality or authenticity or a unique tone of voice, beliefs, values. But when you think about personal branding, this person already exists. They already have beliefs and values and a personality and a tone of voice. With personal branding, it's all about leaning into what's already there. But whether you're a personal brand or a business brand, the more real you are and the more of yourself that you give, the more connections you're going to make. Now, one of the most common questions that I get in and around branding is, should I build a personal brand or should I build a business brand? I've had many clients ask me that in the past. And I asked myself that question when I started out as a freelancer as well, because my thinking back then was that if I just call myself Stephen Hurahan, then I don't sound professional enough. I don't sound like a real business and nobody is going to take me seriously. Now, today, that has completely changed. That environment about personal branding has completely changed. And it's so much more common today to see people named just themselves and to build a personal brand around their own name. But it really comes down to the goals that you have. What do you want to achieve and what do you want to build? If you want to build something that is bigger than yourself, something that you might want to sell later on or take a step back from and allow to grow without your involvement, well, then building a business brand is something that might appeal to you. But if you want to develop your own personal brand, if you want to develop an asset that will act as an asset that will open doors for many years to come, that will help to build relationships, that will help you to pivot in whatever direction that you want, well, then a personal brand might be the choice for you. But it really depends on your goals. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you're building? And where do you see yourself in the next 10 to 15 years? Now, although a lot of people think that you need to choose between a business brand or a personal brand, the reality is that's not a choice that you have to make. You don't have to build one or the other. Now, there is a saying in branding that goes something like this: brand or be branded. And that plays into what Marty Neumeier once said, that your brand is what they say it is, not what you say it is. So essentially, whether you decide to build a personal brand or not, your name is your brand. Your reputation is your brand. So when you go onto social media, when you go onto Facebook or LinkedIn and you're liking or you're sharing or you're commenting, you have a brand, you have a personal brand. Whether or not you take the time to nurture that personal brand or not is irrelevant. You will have a brand because your brand is what they say it is. So even if you do decide that you want to build something that's bigger than yourself, if you want to build an entity that's bigger than you that you can sell later on or that you can take a step back from, that doesn't mean that you don't build your personal brand. Today, it's a common strategy to have both a business brand and a personal brand. If you have products and services that you're offering, well, then you can build a business brand around that. At the same time, if you're sending out content, if you're commenting, liking, sharing, engaging, building relationships on social media, then you're likely doing that through your name. You're likely doing that through your personal brand. So If you are building a business brand, if you do have products and services, then you can still build that entity as its own brand. But that doesn't mean that you can't go away and build a personal brand at the same time and use that as the front lines of your own brand. Use that to get attention, use that to build relationships. And then once you develop those relationships, then you have a business brand on the back end of that to offer products and services. But remember, as with anything in branding, there is no one size fits all. Branding at the core is creative, and it's the same when it comes to strategy. So it's all about knowing what you want to achieve. Where do you want to go? What are your goals? What are your objectives? Where will you be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? And will a business brand help you get there? Will a personal brand more likely help you get there? It really depends on what you want to achieve. Maybe you can use both. Maybe you can build a business brand for your products or services and use a personal brand to make connections. So as I said, it really depends on you and where you want to go and what you want to achieve. So take the time to map that out and get some clarity there, and then make some strategic decisions. But I'd really love to hear from you about your challenges and experiences when it comes to personal branding versus business branding. What are you building at the moment? Do you have any questions around that or any sticking points? I'd really love to hear from you in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer all of those. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. It'll let you know when we've got new videos coming out. If you want actionable brand strategy tips and techniques, head on over to BrandMasterAcademy.com. Get yourself signed up for the list. It's free, and I keep some exclusive content for that list. And there's plenty of resources on there as well. But as I said, let me know in the comments below what your experiences are, what your challenges are. I'll do my best to answer all of those. Until next time, brand like a master, and I will see you in the next video.